Hi, I'm Nathan. I go by Peteparker, and every week I do comic book reviews because that is the rule around my house. If I want to keep buying them, then I have to review them online. So this review is going to be about Venom number 4. This is written by Rick Remender, and I believe this one is actually drawn by Tony Moore. And you get a really awesome cover here of the new Venom. Doesn't he look really cool there? His cool guns and his cool suit. Everything looks right. And you got American flag right before St. Patrick's Day, right before 4th of July. Must be late, right? You get the flag behind there. So let's see. Spider-Man and Venom fight, and Flash struggles with controlling the symbiote and getting to Betty before she explodes. And they don't make it there, but Spider-Man saves the day. And then in the end, they're both sitting on the couch talking about how each one of the other ones of them screwed up that whole situation. So a lot of people liked this just because there was a big fight between Spider-Man and Venom. But I found it to be a little hard to follow. Not so much the fighting or the punching back and forth, but kind of who's saying what and what they're kind of talking about. Because really you have two inner monologues, at least. You have Flash kind of talking. You have Flash talking through the suit. You have Flash's inner monologue. You have Spider-Man talking. You have Spider-Man talking, or Spider-Man's inner monologue, and then you have the suit itself talking too. So really it's like 5 different people saying things at the same time. And if you don't pay really close attention to all the word balloons, which are different for each thing, there's Spider-Man's inner, there's his outer, there's Venom's inner, and then you have to kind of pay attention to what they're saying to really see who's saying what. And then Flash is arguing with the suit for a little while. So it made it like, what the hell is happening? Like, you couldn't even really enjoy the fight so much because you got it peppered with all these little boxes, and then you have to figure out who is saying what the whole time too. It just kind of took something away from it. And in the end, it was kind of resolved because Flash happened to throw Spider-Man into a pharmacy and took a bunch of sedatives so he could gain control of the symbiote. But there's some really cool pictures of the up-close Flash kind of merging back and forth with the symbiote. And like this one in particular, you could really feel like that thing is crawling all over his face at this. I don't know if I can do this, but crawling all over his face like while he's trying to talk to it, which is pretty cool. It's weird too because the symbiote is being written a lot differently in this than it ever was before. It's almost like a kind of animal or a dog, right? That is a little sentient but really not very smart. Like, it's like if your dog could talk and you could wear your dog, how you would talk back and forth to it, kind of thing. And, you know, that sounds like crazy, right? But then you read this book and you'd be like, yeah, I could see that. So I think in the past it's been more evil, more sinister, less comical almost. I don't know. So it's kind of interesting that it's going a different direction, and that's nice too. But I don't know if I prefer it as much as the like evil, crazy symbiote that it was previously. That could only be harnessed by Eddie Brock's, strength or whatever, or his intensity. You do get like this crazy jack-o'-lantern guy who had his head blown up a while back, and all his cool little toys. He has some of the coolest like little Halloween-esque toys ever. He's got these little devil things that jump out of the air and they spray fire and stuff. Like his little like green transparent ghost trapping things are like so awesome. And they're like tissue paper, but they float and they like hold somebody in place. It's really cool. So you get a lot of cool artwork in here, and the story is kind of moving forward, but I didn't exactly love the fight necessarily, or love everything that really happened in this issue necessarily. I mean, the resolution of Spider-Man saving Betty instead of Flash is kind of a little expected, but I'm sure it has ramifications in the future. Peteparker looks really weird on Betty's couch, and it's also weird that the three of them are hanging out, right? I get that Peteparker is probably single and he hangs out with his friends or whatever now, but it's kind of weird that he's like, these two people are dating, right? And he's hanging out on their couch with them. It's not like he's living there or anything. I guess it's because Betty had a really rough time or was kidnapped or whatever, and they're talking about it immediately afterward. But anyway, so Venom's pretty awesome. This book in general is pretty awesome. This issue, it was alright. It wasn't great. It's got some really cool aspects to it and really cool art. But other than that, I'm waiting to see what happens next, kind of thing. Oh, and this was done by Mike McCone, apparently. So that's cool. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Venom number 4, 3 out of 5. So if you like that review, you can check out my other reviews as Spidey207 on YouTube or Peteparker elsewhere. Otherwise, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.